The last time Tim Burton directed a Disney live-action remake, he did Alice in Wonderland. I'm sure most of us here would like to forget about that movie. The question is, does he redeem himself with this one? Let's hope so. Dumbo. Dumbo is the newest Disney live-action adaptation. It's based off the 1941 film of the same name, and this one is directed by Tim Burton, written by Aaron Cougar, and it stars a cast of Colin Farrell, Michael Keaton, Danny DeVito, Eva Green, among others. And basically what this movie is, as I said, it's a loose remake of the 1941 film of the same name. You have a baby elephant named Dumbo, and he loves his mother, but he and his mother get separated, and then eventually people find out that Dumbo flies, and it's basically a movie involving Dumbo flying at a circus. So let's get into Dumbo. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there are a lot of things that I really did like about Dumbo. The main thing being Dumbo. I mean, that's what the movie's supposed to be about, right? It's supposed to be about this CGI baby elephant, and I thought the CGI baby elephant was really good. Like, he was easily the best character in the movie, and easily just the best part of the movie, and I thought his relationship with his mother was really cute. The relationship he had with these kids was also really good. Speaking of the kids in this movie, I thought the little girl, I forgot who played her, but her name is Millie. Her character's name is Millie. I thought she did a very nice job in the movie, and I thought her character was fine for the most part. But the best character, the best human character, I should say, in this movie is definitely Danny DeVito. I thought he was funny, he was charming, and just overall he was a good character. He was the easiest character to follow, the easiest character to get into, and I thought he did a really nice job. Eva Green I thought was good as well. Like, there's really not much to her character, but I do think she does a good job playing with what she's given. So, yeah, good job to Eva Green for that. Colin Farrell, kind of the same way. Not much to do, but he does a good job with what he does. And just the visual presentation of this movie, for the most part, the key word is for the most part, I thought was very good. And I will give Tim Burton this. This movie is trying its best to be different from the 1941, and I do appreciate the fact that Tim Burton is trying to make this his own movie rather than just doing like a shot-for-shot remake of the 1941 film. Although if he did do a shot-for-shot remake, the movie would only be an hour long, because that movie's only an hour long, so yeah. But yeah, the best scene in this movie for sure, I mean, it's hard to say, but I would say, like, or the best scene in the 1941 film, that's what I meant to say. The best scene in the 1941 film is the scene where they're doing Baby Mine, and I will admit, the Baby Mine song in this movie I thought it was good overall. And again, with the whole visual flair, I thought Tim Burton, like his style, which I'll get into later, but there are some parts of this movie where his style did work. And I'm not going to lie, there were some pretty good action scenes in this movie overall. And plus the parts where Dumbo flies, I actually really liked watching those parts of the movie as well. And there was a lot of potential that this movie had. So I will give credit to Tim Burton for trying. Now, I've liked most of the Disney live-action remakes in the past. I really like Pete's Dragon. I love The Jungle Book. I thought Cinderella was really good. A couple of their more recent ones, actually, Beauty and the Beast. I thought Beauty and the Beast was really good. I did a review on that one a couple years ago. Gave it an A, in case you don't remember. However, this remake is a mess. It's a big mess. And while I do give Tim Burton credit for trying, he was not the right choice for this movie. I mean, he just did Alice in Wonderland 9 years ago. So, yeah, clearly that was not the right he was not the right choice, because the problem I have with Tim Burton is he's all style over substance, which is a huge problem. in the film industry. Directors can be as stylish as they want. They can have all the visual flares they want. However, you gotta have that substance. You gotta have characters that you can care about. You gotta have a good story. And this movie doesn't really have that. It's kind of bland for the most part, if I'm being honest. Colin Farrell, I said he did well with what he was given. The problem was he wasn't really given too much to do in this movie. Same thing with Eva Green. She wasn't really given too much either. Like, neither of their characters... Well, I guess Colin Farrell did kind of a backstory. He was in a war. He lost his arm. But... like, still, like, there's not really too much development going on with him, and same with Eva Green, not really too much development here either. However, the biggest flaw with the characters in this film is Michael Keaton. This guy is just your generic, by-the-numbers cartoon villain, and that's kind of how he acted. He acted like a cartoon character. It was bad. And just some aspects of this film, like, okay, I said the visuals were good, but the setting, like, I don't understand this part. The movie is set in 1919, but there's parts of this movie that feel so much more modern than that. Like, am I really supposed to believe that this dreamland place in this movie is set in 1919? Because if that's the goal, then, yeah, you didn't really do a good job there, Tim Burton. But yeah, I mean, I don't know who I would have gotten to direct this instead, but Tim Burton clearly wasn't the right choice. The other problem is Aaron Cougar. He's a terrible writer. He always has been. He did the Transformers films. He did Ghost in the Shell. Like, he did do The Ring, too, which was kind of surprising. The Gore Verbinski remake. And that was actually good. But unfortunately, yeah, his bad writing shows here because some of the dialogue in this movie is just really cringe. It tries to be humorous, but it just falls flat on its face for the most part. And yeah, again, while I appreciate Tim Burton for trying to do a remake without actually doing a remake, in a sense, there are parts of this movie that should have had emotion, but didn't. Like, for example, I did mention the baby mine scene earlier. The problem with this scene is it's so short. Like, it's just really watered down and kind of glossed over. There's not really much going on. I mean, you do see Dumbo's mom sticking her trunk out of the cage and all that. Dumbo's, like, climbing on the side, trying to get to her. But I just wasn't feeling that kind of emotion like I was in the original film. And there's also parts of this film. Like, one of my favorite characters in the original film was Timothy the Mouse. Oh boy, if you were a fan of his character, you are not going to like this movie at all. You are going to be very disappointed with what you see. Let me just leave it at that. But yeah, and there's a few other things as well that I feel like were overdone or over the top, like some of the other characters in the movie. The little boy in the movie, I thought he was kind of a bland character. Yeah, there's just... like, this movie had so much potential, but it just really let me down. So, yeah, I wanted to like this movie, but unfortunately, I just couldn't get into it. While I don't necessarily hate this movie, and I can appreciate Tim Burton for trying to do something different, in the end, unfortunately, this movie just did not work out for me, and hopefully Aladdin... although I'm really skeptical about that one. If not Aladdin, then The Lion King. Hopefully that can get the Disney live-action remakes back on track for the future. Because this one just did not do it for me. There's just too many bland characters. Too many over-the-top characters. The setting is the setting is not believable. Some of the style is out of control. It's just a huge mess. And I'm not too surprised that this movie didn't do too well at the box office, because it's got like a $170 million budget or something like that. But yeah, I'm not too surprised that it bombed. So while I wanted to like this movie, unfortunately, it just didn't work for me. So with that being said, I'm going to give Dumbo a 44% rotten rating. That is a C-. I was originally thinking about giving this movie a C, But the more I thought about it, the more I just didn't really care for it. So ultimately I ended up lowering my grade to a C-. Very disappointing. One of the most disappointing films of the year so far. And have you guys seen Dumbo? If you have, make sure to let me know what you thought of it down in the comments below. And make sure to subscribe for more reviews to come in the future. And go ahead and check out some of my other videos as well. I did an April Fool's video a couple days ago. I'm not sure if you could tell that was an April Fool's joke or not. I hope you could, because it was uploaded on April 1st. Not only was it uploaded on April 1st, I was kind of all over the place. And, like, yeah, you saw the dragon poster was upside down. My shirt was backwards. My hat was backwards. Like, it was meant to be a joke. So hopefully, like, that video got 2 likes and 1 dislike as well. So clearly somebody didn't get the joke. But yeah, make sure to check out some of my other videos. Subscribe for more to come in the future. And until next time, once again, my name is the California Cougar. And always remember to stay California cool. Peace.